Dobson doesn't show units. I beg to differ. Yeah, this is what I see all the time, man. This is what I see. No, I see this all the time. Yeah, Thompson. Oh no, I'm not gonna show you 5 subs. 5 subs. 5 subs.
That only happens once.
10 subs. 10 subs. Oh my god, 20 subs. All right, fine. I'll show you guys. Yeah. All right. What do you guys want to see now? Was that Jean?
I just need 1 sub.
I don't use Jean that much. 3 subs. 3 subs. Jean 3 subs. Hello, everybody. Yeah, welcome back to the podcast. As you can see, we got some familiar faces, and we even got a new face here today, but looks like a brand new group of people. Invictus, since you are the newest to the podcast today, if you want to introduce yourself, feel free to do so. Maybe let us know like when you started playing, like a little bit about yourself, like whatever things you have related to Summoners War, and whatever else you want to include in as well.
So my name's Invictus, so real name Andrew. I'm from New Jersey, but I go to school right now. I'm a student in my 3rd year up in Boston. I'm studying finance, and the school is Babson College. So that's a little bit about me. I started Summoners War I created my account like 3 years ago, but I didn't really actually play for a year because I kind of ditched. I got to level 50 and then like stopped, and then really picked back up again freshman year of college, so 2 years ago, and I've been playing pretty hardcore ever since to try and catch up to everybody else since I kind of was a little bit behind. But,
he's the guy that beat my ass with 3 immunities on stream.
yeah. I had no idea what else to do, man, in that team.
You kicked my butt.
It did. It was boring to watch, I guess. But now I'm no longer using Oki, so I kind of adapted since.
Oh yeah, ever since you're jaded, your heart's been broken.
Yeah, ever since Oki missed the reset, man.
By the way,
I know what to expect from him though.
You would have won, and you probably would have been #1 in America if Oki didn't derp. I'll tell you that.
Well, I missed target. It's okay. Like even though the Oki derped, I kind of hit the wrong units, so I didn't do the best to mitigate it. But it is what it is, man. It's
I think you did great.
It's not me. I'm glad it was you, right?
Thank you.
Yeah,
a draft that revolves around Oki, man. That's just a disaster right there. It's just a setup for disaster. I hate that.
I mean, we got
drip on my Hathor, and it was like everything just went downhill from there.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
All right, just messing with the volume a little bit. All right, thank you for the intro volume. And I recently saw you started streaming a lot too. So.
Oh yeah, of course I should mention that. I started giving streaming a try 2 weeks ago. So been doing that every day so far. So
very nice. Yeah. So you want to see some high level gameplay? What rank are you right now?
Currently ranked 16.
Oh, not even that high. Okay, I thought it was high ranked. Sorry.
Not even.
Yeah, not even top 10.
Not even top 10. Never mind, chat. I thought it was gonna be high level content. Never mind. My bad. Ranked 16. Jesus. All right. Well, aloha to everybody else. Good to have you here, Lucky, as well as Roman, Thompson, of course. Yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in to another week of the podcast here. Let's just get right into it. Let's see here. Topic number 1. This is something a little bit that we brushed on last week, and something that we're gonna keep talking about because it's supposed to happen. Yeah, Guild War Changes. If you guys didn't know, Com2 has specifically said in their Q&A that they will be releasing new Guild War content, right? Whether a revamp or a change to some kind of Guild Wars or Guild content, right? In September. It is September. And we are literally, we can't be more in September than like the 17th, okay? So, I don't know where this update is, but what are your thoughts on this? And what do you want to see? What do you want to see revamped, right? Now, what can we kind of discuss and kind of brainstorm, to give them some suggestions?
After we talked about this, was it last week? I can't remember, but
last week.
When we talked, So I was thinking how, because we were talking about potentially, we haven't rushed in SSA, we haven't rushed in a while, and outside of unless you're doing rush, Guild War itself, just basic Guild War, feels so pointless. Like I don't participate. I'm benched every week. Like I mean, the stones are cool, I guess, but aside from that, if you're not just rushing for a legend, then like what's the benefit? So I would like to see something else for Guild War, some added incentive or something. I don't know. It just feels stale. Regular Guild War to me feels very stale.
As David's guilty, I just want to say he's a really good Guild War player.
Because I sit out?
Takes one for the team
and sits out?
Yeah.
I think I just read you say something in chat about like someone losing to your defense like 4 times in a row or something.
Oh, that was just one. That was Siege. And that was DJK.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sorry, DJ.
No, he got it on try number 4. No, the siege defense, I love siege defense. Like just setting up defenses. I actually really like siege in general. I think it's a lot of fun personally.
I love it that you love Siege.
I really do.
It's the drama, dude. That's what it is. It's about smacking the other 2 guilds that you see, and you're like, oh, you start talking some smack. That's the fun in it, to be honest.
I think if we go back, like, I'd say at least 12 months, even maybe 2 years, Guild War has not been competitive at all.
No, yeah.
Except for, like, top 5 in Siege only, not even in normal Guild Wars. So they need to do something about normal Guild Wars mainly, but I feel like even Siege meta is getting quite stale. If you don't have, like, 3 Jeans built or, like, 3 Skogels built, or even Shiner Martina still, to a certain extent, then it's... I mean, that's always fight in top 5.
You could always be malicious and have, like, disgusting LD defenses, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
It's also the rewards too for Siege, right? I feel like I'm not even in a G3 guild at the moment. I do Siege farming because the rewards. I was in Apocalypse before I started Siege farming, but the rewards just don't equal the effort, and especially when it comes to like guild points and stuff, and when they're adding new stuff to the guild shop like LD scrolls, and then you can't even really afford to get all the different stuff in your guild shop, even from you're getting like a quarter of the amount of guild points that you get from Siege farming. And I mean, the crystal bump was nice, but it just feels like and then the siege boxes need to change. The siege boxes every time, like the fact that you can get green runes still and blue runes. I've never seen legend runes, like unless you get the lightning, but
shiny.
And the way that the rewards are set up, only 4 people get like a potentially good reward. I think that needs to change too.
So what are you getting for points and crystals in your farm, like average?
Yeah, so every siege is roughly about 1,000 to 1,100 guild points, and then the crystals are about 330. So it's roughly the same if you're winning in G3, I think.
I was about to say, for win, even for like a top contribution player, it's like 300 something guild points and 300 something crystals, like low 300s.
Yeah.
Craziness.
A lot of scrolls points.
Yeah, you can get everything in the shop basically.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Like even an endgame guild or endgame player doing the guild content, it's still kind of really difficult unless you're farming to even get these extra rewards. So nonetheless, if you're an average player in a normal guild just kind of doing your stuff, you're not going to get enough points to get these rewards, right? So it would be nice to see them revamp, give us something exciting, right? Some kind of exciting reward. It doesn't have to be extremely valuable, but just something new that can only be obtained maybe from Guild Wars. I like that kind of unique exclusive stuff that you only can obtain. It feels like you're almost in a sense forced to play it and kind of want to go towards it. And I'd like to revamp, like we discussed here, something to make the end game guilds have to fight, right, for something. It just seems like nobody really cares about Guild Wars. People are just clearing it just to get whatever it is on the weekly, right?
Well, because even the way Guild War Rush is set up right now, right, it's kind of almost RNG the way that who finishes Legend, just because it kind of depends on who pulls the most who pulls the most defenses, or who gets attacked the most, or which guilds get pulled.
Right.
So.
Right.
I mean, it's interesting, but there's layers in that with Siege. Like, for example, malicious, right? You pull malicious, and most people will think, okay, well, the only way to beat malicious is 2v1 them. That's why, for instance, they'll strike out really fast, take the whole row of siege turrets, and then the idea is to make the other 2 guilds think, well, let's just chop up each other and try and go for second. So like it's the intricacies and how you offset that. It's interesting to me. I like that kind of stuff personally. But like the reward doesn't match the gameplay or what goes into it. Like I put more time into that than most things, and it's not, you don't really get much for it.
Yeah.
Right. I think something cool that can be kind of implemented is that that would make players want to fight for that legend spot. I think they maybe could change the way rush occurs, but making some of the top guilds want to fight for that spot is, how recently players that will be participating in this SWC finals will get that little nice name thing next to their name. It'll say SWC participant, right? Thompson's going to get that, right? It's going to say SWC winner. That would be kind of cool to get that kind of title or something next to your name if, you're that week's legend, whether it's for Arena or whether it's for Guild Wars, just so it's just a little bit of, clout, a little bit of, swag and, that you can rep up, right? And it can say maybe how many times you've hit legend or something like that. Right, that would be kind of fun.
Even if they gave one of those guild summoning scroll packs, like the $20 packs to hit legend, even that would be something.
That'd actually be pretty good. Yeah.
That would be actually really reasonable. And what Invictus was saying about the siege boxes, I think that definitely deserves a revamp as well. So yeah, definitely maybe the reward gets better in there, or more opportunities for us to get stuff. You know what I mean? Like I want something on
lab
par.
boxes are so much better.
Yeah, I want something on par with the lab box.
lab
But the thing is, you have to keep in mind we do siege twice a week, right? Lab is like not all the time, right? So it's a little bit different. So I can see that, but the boxes need a revamp. They shouldn't be containing some of the rewards that they do, like some of the junk runes.
All the boxes should contain an immemorial gem or enchant.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
I agree.
I just
Because the only way to get it, the only way to get immemorials right now, if you're free to play, is that labyrinth box, and when you fight Tart the first time. So you're really limited.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
That's true. That's actually not a bad idea as well, right? But of course, it needs to hit a certain threshold, right? And I think that's fair, right? That would be nice. If you hit a certain threshold, you get like at least a blue immemorial and then a purple immemorial, right?
Yeah,
that would be super dope. Actually,
I
super
like
dope.
that, Thompson, when you're doing this, you're pointing at chat. That was pretty great.
Oh,
I guess to touch up a little bit as well, in terms of reward revamps, come to us if you're listening. I think World Boss also needs a revamp, like on some of the rewards, especially when you're getting triple S, man. You shouldn't be getting some of these dumb runes, man. So reward revamp. You know what I mean? Whether you're gonna take it out, you don't have to give us something crazy, but just give them more mana. Give someone, because like I'm thinking of the mid player like range, right? Crystals or more mana is gonna be way more valuable than 5k from like the 4-star, 5-star rune that we get in there. So at least a little more something, you know? I don't think that's too much to ask for triple S, right? In World Boss. So that'd be nice to see. Anything else?
There was a comment in Twitch chat just before about ancient crystals being added as a reward for Guild War content. What do you guys think of that?
I don't think so.
For the crystals that you use for Nat 5.
One thing that Comtuous likes to do and keeps the same is that they like to keep things in like sets, right? They don't like to move things out or give rewards outside. That's why I asked them about Devilmon before, yeah, and they actually told the public as well, hey, can we get Devilmon in RTA? They said they don't want to put Devilmon into that shop, right? Each shop's kind of unique and different on their own. So in that sense, I think they're gonna keep the ancient crystals to just dupes. You know what I mean? Keep it a very unique resource. But I hope you're right, and we get them from guild content, because
I also know that on Brian's account, he hasn't spent one ancient coin on anything yet. He's saving it up.
like coins or crystals?
The coin.
Oh yeah, coins. I haven't spent.
See what up? Oh,
It's crazy.
what a frugal Asian person you are.
I don't use it on the Rehabs, because think about it, right? If you could buy a Rehab and the coin only comes like every event, what's more valuable? You're just talking about resource value, right? The coin's valuable. In the future, when they go,
Listen to that smart man right there.
I mean, in the future, when they're like, hey, we're gonna release the new, vampire fairy queen donger, you know what I mean? And you need like 1,000 ancient coins.
Yeah.
Who gonna get it first? I'm gonna get it first.
So tell us, how many do you have right now?
I don't know, probably like 1,000 something. I don't know, maybe more.
I skipped Elsharian and just bought the Rehabs. Like,
Really? I mean, you just didn't want to get it just to get it? Just get it.
IslandGrown won't even waste it
Don't
on
care at all.
Rehabs.
No,
I got
dude.
Lucia and I've been sitting on the rest of the points.
I just get runes and re-ups.
I got 1,050, but I recently spent points. I did. I recently spent it on the Dark Cowgirl just to have it, because you can't get it any other way.
I'm
unless it's the pass.
disappointed, man.
I had to buy
I'm
it.
so
Actually
disappointed. I don't know you.
It was only a little bit of coins, man. I think I spent 50, and then the rest I used like Almighty pieces, or I spent the 100. I don't know. But I have
So
1,050.
how much ancient coins do you have right now?
1,050.
Oh my god.
now
I'm
they're gonna
so
make it an
disappointed.
SD because you spend them. They're gonna make it an SD.
Dude, if they get SD, I'd be so upset.
How about you, Lucky?
I'm at 1,000.
See, he doesn't spend
you
either.
spent
I got Elsharion and that was it. Well, no, it's a lie. I got Elsharion and then I got a single rune that turned out pretty crap, so I didn't bother.
Yep.
You guys are crazy. If you talk about 1,000,
1,000 as well.
there's no
Dead
yeah.
stock.
13. There's no way. If you
Dead
show
stock.
me that and you're like, oh wow, you could have all this or 10,
Progress.
13 rehabs, I'm taking those rehabs. every
No progress
time.
has been made.
Yeah, I'm just saving them, man, for when they get them. Oh, there's an echo again on your side, Thompson. It happens once in a while.
Thank you.
Can't do it.
But yeah,
It's the
it's,
same idea as like saving LBs or something like that. I can't possibly do it. I can't save scrolls. I can't save anything.
but you never know. What if they release something that you need, right, Roman?
I checked.
Wouldn't you want to
Now,
save the
wait,
resource
Echo?
for something you need? Because you can buy everything
Echo?
else right now. True or false? You can buy everything that
Hey,
they offer in there.
is there echo right now? Just checking.
No,
Test.
yeah.
No,
No,
that's good.
okay.
good.
If they do that, I'll just sit here and be contented fucked. It'll be okay.
Because
Well,
you
I
can't
think what
buy
they've done
ancient
with the
coins.
coins so far is that it's only been stuff that they've released as a limited edition item or monster. So, I mean, if they keep going down that track, well, if you do the event, then you don't have to worry about having coins, right?
True. That's actually very true. Well, except for the exception of El Shard. El Shard was never event, only obtainable from coins. So I'm saying in the future when they get something like that again, yeah, you want to be ready. That's all it is. A Dark Fairy Queen. I don't know. Make us something new. I don't know.
I figuring the amount of time it'll take to save him back up to get to the point where you can purchase it. Like El Sharon was what, 500?
Yeah, 500, dude. Takes a while.
I guess maybe if you want to save like a couple hundred, I guess. But 1,000, I don't think I'll ever get to that point. Maybe I'll start saving a couple hundred. But at the moment, I just reapps is still valuable, especially if you don't
Listen, me and Invictus have no self-control. It'll be okay.
That's
Yeah,
actually
fine.
a pretty valid
right
point.
away too.
I like that. I like that.
For me, I'm kind of devaluing reapps now because it's like sometimes I'll get like 50 reapps and like I'll break. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Well, when you have a million amazing
the rates are so bad right now.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Your root quality is high, so the marginal benefit you're gonna get with the marginal cost is always gonna be an
10
offset.
reapps too, nothing.
The guy with all the insane runes is like, yeah, reapps.
even if your quality on your account isn't great, like sometimes they can just give you not even usable runes, no matter where you are.
Yep.
Like I mean, I did 25 reapps with Donos last week or a couple days ago, and man, the runes, the most exciting thing I got from those was like a 17 speed 23 resist, like a 17 speed 23 resistance.
Right? Yeah, it's retarded.
Yeah,
Or get a 26 speed slot 6 violent. Just you could. It can happen. I have never got that for myself. Got it for other people, but not myself.
It's just a dream, though, man. It's just a dream.
By the way, kind of off tangent, but Molly's been afraid, like I'm getting sick. So Molly's afraid that I get sick. So she's been trying to sprinkle emergency packets into like random stuff that I don't know. And today I ordered like diet lemonade, right? And I'm drinking this diet lemonade, and she sprinkled freaking emergency in the diet lemonade.
Wait, what is a diet lemonade? Wait. What is a diet lemonade?
Like 0 sugar, just like artificial flavoring lemonade or something like that.
Why are you drinking lemonade if you're drinking diet lemonade? Oh my
I'm here
god!
in California, man. I want my lemonade without emergency.
But diet lemonade, though, Monka. Anyways, all right, back to the topic here. Any last words about the Guild War changes that we want to see? I really hope they follow through and implement it. If not, whoa, let's blaze them on Reddit, baby. If anybody from Reddit's listening here, blaze them. Yeah, blaze them for that if they don't do it.
Dimensional hole, and we'll see it in 2 years.
Which way? What did you say?
It said this might be like dimensional hole, and we'll see it in 2 years' time.
True, actually, but they never gave us a date for Dimensional Hole. Yeah, they gave us a date on this.
That's true. Coming
Yeah,
soon.
They said by end of year at one point for the dimensional hole. I
Oh,
think
did
so.
they really? Oh yeah, I think
Yeah,
they
they
did.
did.
They did.
Yeah.
They give us an
And the
exact
only-
date for this.
The only thing that concerns me with the Guild Wars stuff is honestly because we were talking about new like 3v3 kind of content with the Guild Wars is this would be what the 4th thing with Siege, Guild Wars, Lab. Like a lot of people get like the Lab is good, but then a lot of people are like, oh my god, one other Guild War thing or guild thing I have to do. So I just wouldn't want it to be too overwhelming for people either. Because like a lot of people see that kind of stuff as a chore. So if it is something new and not a revamp, I hope it's something that's like fun and engaging and not like a task, like a must complete type thing.
Well, they need a revamp. If they're going to add something new, there needs to be a revamp along with it, right? There can't just be some new piece of content because that'd be, while a new piece of content would be great, there's still things that need to be fixed. So already it's a chore to get people to do their Siege and Guild Wars just because it's kind of stale and there hasn't been changes that are necessary. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I hope there's revamps.
Okay, great. Excited for these guild changes, whatever it is. Yeah, I think at this point, if they're gonna be releasing something, they've already like kind of like figured it out and already like are about to try to implement it. You know what I mean? So hopefully some of the things that we suggested happens, but if not, hopefully they hear it and it could be something in the future that they can bring in. All right, let's move on to the next topic here. Topic number 2 is do you like the recent quality of life changes? Yeah, they did a recent patch like a couple days ago, like a day or so ago, and it was like a change to like the rune management, right? We always talked about it, but they changed it. Now you can kind of search up innate stats. That's kind of cool. You know what I mean? That's a step up. So they're slowly implementing more and more quality of life changes. I feel like they've been doing quite a bit this year in specific. So do you like the changes, as well as what is the current state of Summoners War? Like, how do you think Summoners War is? How do you think they're doing? Yeah, what can we suggest as well to Summoners War, as well as other quality of life changes? Sorry, that's like a bunch of questions in one that to kind of discuss.
Does the prefix filter actually work for you guys?
No, dude, it's so annoying. I thought it was you can sort by like the prefixes or like the innates, right? All the accuracies, but that's not what it is. It's saying if you're looking for something with speed, include the runes that have speed in the innate as well.
Innate, yeah.
Correct.
What's the point? Right? Okay, no, I thought I was gonna have all my intricates right there. Like, I was so upset. I felt like I got baited.
It's not exactly what we wanted to.
Right after I did Rehabs, so like I was looking, I was like, oh my god, because half the time I spent was looking for my runes that had innates again, you know. So I was like, wow, is this gonna actually save time? But no,
I was so sad.
So what can we suggest then for them to make it so it's specific to innate and specific to searching stats? Is that what it is that we want?
I would like to sort by innate. That would be good.
Okay.
I feel like this is the first like quality of life whiff though. I think everything else has been pretty solid. Like I've liked all the little things that they've done to make things easier, and that's why I think I was so surprised by this one. Is it was like, I came to expect this such amazing, perfect thing, and now it's not exactly what I wanted. Screw you guys. You know, like it's really funny. But honestly, I think overall they've been doing a lot better about listening to people and implementing helpful and effective changes.
What were you going to say, Thompson?
Dimensional hole. I was going to say dimensional hole is something that I think needs a change. Just as far as, you know, I've been doing the rune. I've only done 4 awakenings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so all my other energy has gone to rune farming. And I've still not gotten a single, like, rehab target. And I'm at 30 rehabs right now. And it's been, so 30 rehabs is 15 weeks since Dimensional Hole's released. So I feel like that's a pretty poor drop rate for... you know, a usable rune, right? And then also, and I think that can be kind of affected, right, by the fact that right now you have runes and gems and grinds all in the same dungeon with limited energy that refreshes so infrequently. And even if you're gonna buy I don't buy the refreshes, but like yesterday I did 50 dimensional energy worth of refresh, right, and got nothing. So that's not making me ever want to feel like the 30 more is worth it. So I think it needs, first of all, they need to separate the runes from the gems and grinds as a, you know, starting place.
First of all, the refreshes are worth it for sure. Like even a chance to get one good rune, just like a chance to pull a Gianna is worth it, you know?
I've got a lot of rehab targets, I think, honestly. Like maybe, I think I've pulled at least 20 legends and several of them are rehabs.
Like we were talking about this before stream podcast started, that I was telling them that I was wailing for Dimensional Hole because when I wipe, I was just like refresh, revive. Yeah.
So now we know. If you guys are farming Dimensional Hole and you're not getting your legendaries, it's because that dick over there, Roman Fury, is getting all the legendaries.
Did you see my new exciting amazing rune? Did I show you this?
No, I didn't.
It's just
so good.
It's like 20 HP, 20 defense, 30 speed, 10 crit rate. It's something
before grinds.
Throw up.
Before grinds, it's 17% HP, 7 crit rate, 10 defense, and 25 speed. Before grinds.
Oh wow! Before ancient grinds, dude, that's gonna be like a rune and a half. Like what's
that's
that?
what makes those.
That's a fat.
That's what makes those.
Slot
runes,
5.
right?
Slot 5.
Yeah. Everything rolled perfect. Like started at 9 HP, and then rolled 8. 7 crit rate, 10 defense, and then started at 7 speed and rolled 666. It's despair, yeah.
That's insane, dude. When you grind that in, dude, that's like the highest efficiency rune that could probably be out there in the world right now, to be honest. Honestly,
yeah, it's missing an innate, but aside from that,
that's actually contender for most efficient rune in the world right there. Once you finish the grinds, I don't think anybody else got anything close to that.
It started off as a single point off of max. Lucky. Oh yeah, shut up. Coming from you. Look at that shit-eating grin on his face.
What slot is it?
What? Yeah, I see that. It's a slot 5.
Ah, slot 5.
That's
I
slot
see.
5, yeah.
Yeah, imagine if you
Yeah.
didn't have the crit rate there, and then you had whatever percentage you're missing. Ho 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 ho.
Yeah.
Would have
Well, I
been
mean,
even more dope.
I'm gonna regem attack it.
Oh
into
wait,
crit
you
rate.
can regem it. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
you get to
that
15 attack.
that is the
Yeah.
most
15
insanely.
plus, 15 plus 12, right? Is that what it is?
Is that what it is? 15 plus 12?
Legends.
That's
Yeah, I think it's quite
disgusting.
big.
Yeah,
It's
Legend
gonna
Gem.
take me a year to get all the
I'm really
grinds
rooting.
to
I
this.
hope you pull a Fermion so you can put it on your Fermion.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay.
You're welcome.
That's
We
an
tried to-
insanely efficient rune.
We tried to teach Thompson recently that he's not humble anymore. Do you remember that, Thompson?
Go
Yeah,
out
your runes are so good. Oh yeah, my violent
Go out
runes
there
with
and
runes
spread your
too.
Juno cancer all over the world.
Fermion. So I can have another rune that needs buffs, right?
For
The monster.
I like these balance patches. I don't think it was too big or too necessary or whatever, but impactful. Yeah. But as for the state, I see a lot of Laurens and Lucias, right? Oh my god, that water fairy. Woo, like
Yeah,
you pick bird, a water fairy is coming out on the other side, right?
Chat. You are talking to the man with a Artemil, and he asked why people are picking a Lucia against him. Yeah, you're talking to the man that uses
No,
Artemil
I
over here.
don't even use
Literally
Artemil.
a big counter is a Lucia, man.
I haven't picked Artemil.
You haven't picked
And
Artemil? Really?
Lucia doesn't counter my Artemil.
Oh, what? Really? So are you saying your
What I'm
Artemil
talking
doesn't
about.
fall asleep? Does it fall asleep
Just
on skill
like
3?
the reason why size Nephthys didn't counter this Artemil. Did you guys not notice that?
See?
No, I'm being serious.
The fact that you run a Will Artemil, is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. So it just
I mean,
doesn't counter
also,
your Artemil on
Lucia-
turn 1, but second rotation it counters your Artemil. Got it.
Not everybody has 8 rune slots, okay?
What are you gonna say,
Then the
Invictus?
cancer-
Go ahead.
Then this cancer starts spreading. The Giannas and the whatevers and the Frans and the Verds. Yeah.
No, I was
yeah,
gonna just say that
the
Lucia
state
doesn't. Oh no.
Yeah, the state of RTA, there's a lot of Laurens and all the Laurens are like really fast on Swift, and there's Lucias and Frans. Those are two new units everyone's been using. It's pretty cool. They're really good.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of Laurens. A lot of first picking Laurens going on right now. Like
Yeah.
the
It's all about
170, 180
separating the
violent will, or
Lauren
they're like
now,
Swift
pretty much.
X.
Bird
like
Lauren,
300.
Hathor's big in there, like Hathor Lauren.
What were you
Right.
saying, Invictus? I missed that.
Oh, I was saying that. I mean, Lucia is good, like as a counter, but you just have to be careful. Like, immunity still kind of sticks it to her.
Yeah,
She
I
can't
think
really do
Lucia
anything.
shouldn't be like very early drafted. It should be drafted
Yeah.
last into teams with like
Yeah.
one immunity at most. So you have to be
Yeah.
very careful. It's like bringing a Vrad. You know, it's like if you pick a Vrad too early, you're like, okay, your opponent's gonna pick double immunity. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those units.
I have no shame banning a Lucia. Ban it all the time.
It's
Yeah.
toxic. It's still toxic. It does a lot, dude. It's like Friends, old skill 1, skill 2 that increases attack gauge, and a skill 3 that's irresistible unless you glance with like the lowest like cooldown cycling ever, man. The thing is like worthless. Like you shouldn't even use Ganny third skill on it. Yeah, it's ridiculously low cooldown.
My issue is, do you like Lucia on Revenge or Will?
Revenge.
I like
Revenge.
Will at the moment.
Will?
But, I mean,
It's like a
Revenge works
50-50,
too.
right? It's a coin flip.
Well, the thing is
I
that
mean, I don't know.
I-
I don't have a Hathor, so I find a lot of the time I want her to be a unit that has to be tried to be slept, as opposed to just a free CC right off the bat. Just you can wake
I
up something
agree,
else.
the
If you're not
thing that-
drafting
Sometimes
Hathor,
it
you
feels
gotta
so
go
good when they
lucky.
bring in Diana against your Lucia. Oh,
Oh, I mean,
right,
I've seen
feels
the
good.
I've seen the freezes on Revenge. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Another added
Freeze it
bonus as
faster
well is
than
that if you freeze, I heard if you freeze with the Lucia on a Revenge, Josephine's passive doesn't proc either, which is kind of nice. So it's like a
Oh,
nice
shit,
added
I didn't know
bonus.
Really? It's not really a
That's
turn.
awesome. I'm not aware of that interaction.
That's
So there's
cool.
interaction with that, but I guess the reason why I decided to put it on Revenge was Verse was the one who told me, and he said that it was really nice as well because she has such low cooldown cycling, so there's no really point in putting her on Will. You know what I mean? Because it really doesn't matter. You're able to cycle your
It
turns
depends
so
on how
quickly.
the team is set up.
True.
Like my team is kind of like endure the first turn a lot of the time. So if you're running like full Will, then that's one thing. But if she's like, if she's fast enough on Revenge, then you kind of don't need to force Will.
Mhm.
It's nice to have utility past turn 1. So yeah.
I guess it's
I'm
nice
starting
to
to
know
realize,
that there's
like,
multiple builds you can do, right? It just depends on what you
Yeah.
have in terms of rune quality. You know, some units definitely need will. Some units definitely need like revenge. So it's nice to know that you have a nice contrast on, you know, two viable different offsets that you can go on her and do pretty well. Oh, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I started to use revenge. I started to see revenge more of like a protective kit, more than will. You know, because like if you see like a will vertical, everyone just goes in. You know, on you see like Lucia's on revenge. You're not going to go all in on the Lucia. You're going to like hold off. You know, so that's also pretty cool. Like if you have like a water monkey king and you're going in on the Lucia, you're gonna think twice. You know.
Yeah, especially with regards to like chip damage attacks, right? If it's like
Yeah.
a support and you're poking, that's kind of when you won't attack. So that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. But that, you know,
Or
that,
even sometimes, Triton drops the AOE, and then she freezes. It kind of feels kind of good too. You know.
Yeah.
revenge always feels good with her. She has a very high rate
Yeah.
of landing that freeze. It's kind of nice. All right, going back to the main topic again. We will talk about RTA in a little bit here, but main topic again. Any quality of life changes that we can suggest, right? What are you seeing as you're playing the game? That'd be nice change up, because this is where we can, you know, brainstorm, and you know they actually, you know, have been doing a lot of changes. So I want to see more quality of changes. I want people to enjoy the game more and be able to play it, right?
I like
Thinking
the
like
Invictus
grinds
thing about separating the runes and the gems in the between ancient and not. I like that. I want to separate for sure.
Okay. True.
I was thinking like grinds and gems being stacked based on what it is as well.
Yeah. Especially with the
Say,
default
like
ones.
30 of them in a row, and they're all the same, but you can start clearing if you know what they were, if they were stacked. So
Right. I think DJKJK, when he was on the podcast like a couple weeks ago, suggested as well, like similar to, I think it was when the Rainbow Mon building came out, you know, the new one. He said something similar to that, where it just kind of like stacks all on top, and it would make it so we can have more, I guess you could say. Yeah, that'd be nice. It doesn't have to be 999, but maybe 99, like 99 of each. That'd be kind of crazy, but really, really nice, right? Because it's the same thing. It's not like a grind is different from another grind. It's the same grind, right? A vamp defense is a vamp defense, right? So it doesn't have to be uniquely put into your storage. But that'd be overall, that'd be really nice. Yeah. A nice quality of life change too is it's been a while since they gave us more space. I know we're gonna always ask for more space, but can we get a little bit more space, like on monsters and runes? I'm sure the people who whale and, you know, our rune hoarders would definitely appreciate that.
Some monster space would be
So
good.
I have done Comto's job for them. I figured out how they could make the most money.
Okay, let's hear it. Go ahead,
What
Thompson.
is it?
okay.
Here we go, Thompson.
So it's not grind space, it's not new monsters, or it's not like better packs.
Okay.
If they want more money, what they have to do is implement in-game Summoner's War optimizer. And like more, so if you talk to people that aren't competitive, they will be like, they will play the game, but they're not competitive because they don't care about the optimizer, the rune quality, the stats, and the numbers, right? But once you implement it in game, people will start getting more into like the rune quality, the crit rate, the stats, the efficiency. And if you implement that in game, more people will do RTA, and therefore, you know, you guys will know the result, right? So yeah, they actually shouldn't keep that like under wraps or use a third-party program to do Summoner's War optimizer. It should be part of in-game, and everyone should have access to using it. From little kids to grown-ups to whoever that plays this game should be able to use it and compete with this tool.
And then what were you thinking? You think it's gonna be like a $19.99 pack or like a $4.99 pack for that? Huh? Free. Thompson, relax, man. Free?
Annual.
No. Not free, dude. Not free, dude. It's a subscription, sir. Yeah.
Just
pay 6
cancel
months, 1 year.
cancel your Netflix and just subscribe to Optimizer. Yeah.
Can't see Netflix.
I think the issue with that though would be how is it going to be set up? Because if you look at Optimizer at the moment, how is that going to fit? Let's say if they keep it on an application, or if it's like another thing that you download on your mobile, how does that going to look on your screen on your computer?
Yeah,
on your
there's
iPad
a
or whatever, maybe.
Right.
There's an option you pull out that tab and you get the numbers out. Kind of like Diablo, where there's like the numbers and then you could work with it, and then the runes will tell you how like the efficiency and all the stuff that goes with it. Come on, man, that's their job to do, right? 2019, they got to figure that out, right?
Yeah.
But if you talk to people that don't compete or aren't playing the game serious, they don't know about the rune efficiency or the optimizer and stuff, and they don't care, or they don't want to. implement it in game. Let everybody have access to that tool and go from there. I feel like it's going to be a big step forward.
So are you saying that they should also have like a PC, like they should have their own, PC application, or should
cool.
be in-game, like completely?
I honestly think it should be in game. There should be a tab.
I think
And
they
you
should
could,
both.
You could mess with that tab like while you're farming, doing R5 or whatever, doing dragons. Yeah.
It would be nice, because sometimes you don't always want to have to go to your PC to check out all the, efficiency of a rune or efficiency of a monster, or feel like you're always, if you're ruining something offhand, feel like you're doing it the inefficient way.
Yeah,
You could just
some people
have
actually
an
like
additional
math,
app.
Some people actually like the numbers and the math. I'm pretty sure a good 90% of people that play or is in chat right now, like, dude, I like the numbers, I like the math, I don't mind, it's just kind of complicated. It's even more complicated right now.
You have to kind of think as well though. Like, you have to think of it. I always think of it in the situation as why fix something that's not broken, right? People right now that want to use optimizer, they go out and they're actively, those types of people, what the optimizer is, and they hear about it. So
what I'm trying to say, those type of people are the most competitive people right now.
But should come to us, it's like we're a taxpayer, right? Because you spend on the game. Do we want come to us to allocate their resources to trying to do this instead of something else when there's already something released?
That will get more people playing competitively and more seriously.
Right, but does that make it better for us? Does that make it better game for us?
I think that does.
Does it make
it
more
imagine me and Lucky are talking,
so?
we're like, oh, we got this efficiency, that efficiency, blah 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 blah. And then someone that doesn't really compete is like, what are you guys talking about? So
I think you underestimate the manpower and the amount of resources that it needs to make this. Like, first off, how hard is it to make this program? Okay, let's just say it's similar to the optimizer, right? How much manpower, how much money needs to be made? After that, even though you know how to use it, they need to implement a instruction guide on step to step how to use it. Every time you play the game, a game always has to tell you, hey, you click this to do this, this is what it does. You know how much time and resources it would take to do it? I think it's a good idea. But I would love Comtuos to put more time into more events and more updates of in-game content. But this is my opinion. It's conflicting, but
that's what I start off.
Right.
None of that is important. Like the grind space, the ruin, people ask for more. The better packs, though, people always ask for more, and it's going to get crazier and crazier, right? The way to get more people doing RTA competitively and understanding how runes work and how it could come together to build a monster, that's a whole different subject that they should be working on, for competitive gameplay. Because a lot of people play this game casually and get bored with it, but they do not understand how fun it could be at the end of the game.
I think the main issue with it is going to be, from a business perspective, if you look at Comtos and think, that's a lot of, as what Brian said before, a lot of manpower to get an end result that may not actually be financially viable for him. So it's more thinking, well, what can they actually get out of it? Is it going to be really worthwhile them investing that much time and effort to create?
It seems like they're
absolutely.
Thompson's point is that the part where they benefit is that they're trying to push that the end game of this game is RTA, right? It's more so.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you're at the back of your mind, everything that you're doing in the progress, right, for grinding is to get yourself to the point where you can, do RTA and start to compete at that point. There's no other PvP content really besides, Guild Wars that, you're pushing for and that the efficiency really matters for. So I feel like what you're saying is completely right.
I agree with you saying that it's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea as well. I think it's going to be hard to implement, but I would like for them to know,
RTA at the beginning was an intangible virtue. They just said RTA is free. And there's no you don't gain anything out of doing RTA, and everyone just oh, we love RTA, we're gonna spend X to play RTA. And same thing, the optimizer is an important concept of this game that's also intangible virtue. If you could implement it in this game, more people compete and understand it more. There'll be different type of players in SWC. It could be a bigger format. Who knows?
True.
If I was them, I'd buy out the export. Xandro, if the person that made the export, I'd buy them out and make it integrated. Make it integrated to the point where you don't have to get a JSON file, but it's already linked to your Hive ID, for example. And all you need to do is log into it, and all the information's live, and it's all updated immediately, and it's ready to go. That would be 100%. That would be so much better. Everyone's got access.
It would be great. it would be great if just for right now, just for starters, each rune has like a stat, like an efficiency stat, and we put all 6 runes together. 6 runes together, you get like a efficiency score for now, and then work on that going forward.
I like that.
Right?
I like that idea. A
I
slow
think that's a
integration.
realistic, slow thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much. You don't need like a lot of team,
Yeah,
a
that
big
won't take
team,
much.
or like assets and stuff. It's worth it.
One thing I will
I think that's
suggest
a small
is
part.
who's the developer of the Summoners War Optimizer?
Zandro.
Is that his name?
Xandra, I think.
You know,
Yeah.
if he ever watches a podcast, you know, one thing I would love for him to implement is something that, I mean, I don't know how it is to program it, but program something that, because you know what is the biggest question new players ask? Hey, help me build a Giants team. Hey, help me build a Dragons team. It would be super cool to be able to have like a preset that, you know, people can help set and say like, oh, you need these stats for the units. And when you click it, it'll automatically kind of try to search your account and optimize that unit to how it should be runed, to whatever that it was preset, right? We say like, oh, try to get us close to, you know, this amount of HP and whatnot. And they just have to click one button and it'll just like rune up their Verd or rune up whatever. That'd be really,
That's
really
like
cool.
that's like might as well wipe their ass for them, you know. Part of the fun of this game, part of the fun part of this game is to figure out a team
Oh, God.
that's different from other people, right? At the beginning, everyone was running their like triple Tark team. I was running like double Taylor team, you know, like. That's the fun part of this game, trying to figure out a team. You know,
No, I'm just saying
and now
stats
make
for
it
units,
even more
not a team,
accessible.
not teams, but stats for units, like, you know, suggested stuff. Because people always have this, hey, how do I run this? Hey, how do I run this? Hey, how do I run this? That's like half my stream all day long is how to rune units, and I'm telling people how to rune it. So if it'd be cool to see a general basis, right? Whatever they want to use as a team is up to them, but at least a general basis on, you know, how units should be runed up would help out, I think, the majority of the population.
Okay, ask me how to ruin up a unit. Ask me.
Okay. Thompson, how do you rune up Leica?
Brian, do you want me to wipe your ass too?
Yes, please. Do you have
Okay,
do you have like triple like
Do you
quilted
prefer
or
Charmin?
huh? Ultra strong?
Ultra
Ultra
strong.
soft. He goes ultra soft.
I'm coming
It
over
was
right now.
on sale at Costco.
So wait, Brian, are you saying something like, you know how you can look at like the top records for like a dungeon? Are you saying something being able to use for those, or?
No, it would be kind of cool just to have this is an idea, was to have like general base stats, you know, that people should look for. So then, you know, when people always ask, hey, you know, they're going to constantly ask, oh, how do you run Verd, you know, for my first Dragons team, right? You can just, you know, pinpoint them. Hey, you know, if you haven't used Optimizer will give you a general basis on, you know, what stats you should be looking for from what you have. But yeah, it is kind of like what Thompson's saying, wiping your ass, right? It's kind of helping you. But you have to remember, we are all human. And in this day and age, we want results, and we want it with the least amount of effort. So what I'm saying is not false. That is what people want, man. Yeah, they want their ass wiped. Okay, maybe they don't exactly want their ass wiped, but they want it. They want it fast. They want it now, right? They just want to farm the game, enjoy the game, and get into other aspects of the game, right?
I think IslandGrown just wants to not be asked that question every time. He's looking for. I mean,
I don't mind,
Yeah,
but it's something I see a lot of people ask, so that's why I want to bring it up so that, you know, it gets, you know, addressed, because a lot of people don't get that answered, right? They don't know how to rune up units. That's all it is. But I mean, just a suggestion, right? Just a suggestion. But I think we got some good quality of life changes and whatnot suggested. Yeah. So I guess we're really nailing Comtuous on the rune management, right? However it is that they can update it, whether quick, slow, big or small, some kind of rune management update, right? Would be really nice.
In this
We
day
also-
and age, the runes are more important than the monsters. Like, just name all the
course.
monsters we just said. You know,
Definitely.
Lauren, Lucia, they're all free to play monsters. The runes are important. So yeah.
That's true.
Can no, sorry.
No, you're good. I just said it's true. But
Can we also talk about like, or do you guys think at the?
there's an echo again, Thompson. There's an echo again.
Okay.
Or is it me?
No, it's not you. It's usually from
Okay.
Thompson's side because he's has on speaker.
Okay. Is it usually I mean,
It's always-
rune farming still seems pretty outdated to me. I mean, even though that they updated, you know, the time it takes to, you know, farm the dungeons, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Check.
still able to. I think that 5-star runes should be. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it's not too much to ask for 5-star runes to not be included in a drop, or have a new floor where 5-star runes are included. There's just too many possibilities for a bad rune. It's already hard enough to roll runes, but I don't know. That's just my point of view. I feel like rune farming that's one of the things that gates newer players from getting to late game, and even late game players from sticking with the game, is how hard is it to get a good rune organically without having to spend.
True. So you're saying
Right.
like make like a stage 11, right, with better drop
Something
rates.
like that, where you can't get 5-star runes because already having a good 6-star rune drop is tough enough, right? It has because it can be blue, it can be flat, it can be the subs are not good.
Could be
But then just
energy, could be
the
gar.
fact that you have to wait for a 6-star rune to then even consider it being rollable for the most part, unless it's like a max speed sub and you roll for quad speed. But like I don't know, that's just one thing I kind
They're
of
also worried about pissing off a bunch of people that have done this kind of farming and this kind of grinding for so long, and then all of a sudden you make it a little easier. I think that's why they try and like, if you've noticed, like it's got to be 3 or 4 times now they've been like, oh, we fixed the drop rate of this a little bit, and they edge it up just a tiny bit every time. So it's like maybe you're not going to notice it, but maybe over 100 runs you'll see a lot better. It's not something that's going to like piss all these like 1,800 or 1,700 a day accounts off.
it wouldn't piss me off. I'm just saying that like.
But you just said you've been playing for 3 years, right?
I mean, okay, so
There's a lot of people like because I haven't been playing this. No, I'm newer like you, like, but I think a lot of people that have, and especially bought all the packs and this and that, like there are a lot of older people that do not want to see it made super easy. Like that's something that made Scat quit. I mean, Scat quit because Rehabs came out, right? Like he had put so much into farming
Roman
constantly.
the true whale.
I mean,
well,
he
he
had farm for them, right? That's my point is that I feel like that the rate.
You have angered the true whale, Invictus. Look what you've done.
I don't. It's okay. I didn't. Mean
we all know who the true whale is. We all know who the true whale is.
Yeah. I don't know. I just.
No,
feel
I
like
think you're right though. If
not
it's
good.
something that it's going to help, sorry, I think if it's going to help everyone, I don't think anyone's going to be worried about what
Yeah.
they've done previously. If they just look at it moving forward, they're going to be like, well, it's going to help me moving forward. I'm not really worried about all the time I've spent already.
Hey, I don't know. Roman
know.
has a point, you know.
Catch-up mechanic. No, I mean I think that's been good that they've been doing it slowly but surely. I don't think it should be faster than that. And that's also they're not going to do it because monetarily for them, like
True.
it's going to lessen your incentive to buy all the rune packs. Like, why make it easier to get the runes if they can make it easier by you spending money, kind of thing.
I feel like there should be if you're farming, right? There's if you're buying packs, you're still getting crystals to farm. So you don't always you want to have some incentive to farm because it's right now if you're farming, you kind of feel like you want to farm. I mean R5 more so, right? Because you get more guaranteed progress compared to rune farming. Rune farming you can spend 750 crystals easily and not get any upgrades. R5 at least you get some sort of guaranteed progression usually because you'll get some legends and.
Depends, right?
Yeah.
Because it depends on what area you're in the game. I think a lot of us, sometimes when we talk about this, we have to keep in mind that we're talking from a smaller percentage of the population in the game in terms of getting upgrades. But I'm not sure how the mid game and early game players and how much upgrades they're getting. I feel like, what you're saying is right. You have good intentions and really helping people catch up and to be able to get better runes, right? Including yourself, right? Which is fair, right? Without spending as much resources. But I would say that they're doing a good job on being at a fine line between too much help too quickly and too slow, right? You have to remember all the mechanics that have been set in, right? They have made rune drop rates higher, right? Even though you might not feel it, as well as mana obtaining higher. They've had a lot more events, right? They've given more opportunities, of course, monetarily through packs. They made those packs better. And of course, the implementation a couple years ago of rune crafting, right? So I think there is a lot of ways to get runes, but trying to min-max and get to the top tier of runes, yes, there is a little bit more difficulty there. And you're gonna need a little bit more luck, I feel. But overall, I think I have to disagree on taking away 5-star runes. But I will agree that it would be nice to get a slightly faster way. Edge them on a little bit, push them a little bit to get a little bit more percentage in the rune drop rates. That would feel a lot better.
I never think that legendary runes were made to be like such a common thing. I think it was supposed to be really, really rare, and then people complain, and they made it a little bit less rare, and people complain even more, and they made it a little bit less rare, and now it's at like the best state it's at. So I do agree with what Brian said, 100%.
Yeah.
It's not the legend thing. It's just more the fact that 5-star, no matter what it is, even if it's a legend, it's taking away possibility of that being a 6-star.
Right.
I don't know, you could decrease legend drop rates and just remove 5-stars to adjust. It's just the fact that every time you get a 5-star rune, it's not usable.
Yeah.
There's just a strong percentage of player whose account would be improved from a 5-star rune. But I do understand what you're saying from like a very, very top end perspective, but I mean, we also need to consider everybody else that's like newer or beginning. Like, sure, a 6-star rune would be better, but
Yeah,
like,
of course. I didn't mean to be so.
No, it's fine. You have to voice your
No.
opinion.
God, you elitist, God. No,
What,
yeah.
what about if they left? What about if they left the 5-star and 6-star rune drop rates as is, but they removed rune crafting and roof crafting mats and made them a passive drop? So
Like
after
along with like mana and stuff.
yeah,
I don't
What
think
do
they'll
you
do
think
it, but
of
it's
that?
an interesting concept. That's a big change. That's why. That's a real big change to remove the
You
craft.
mean like
It'd be
increase the
similar to,
rune
like,
drop
Rift Base,
percentage
right?
and remove crafting?
sorry, what was that?
One more time.
Do you mean remove the rune crafting materials, but increase the rune drop rate to compensate? Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
but make the rune crafting materials like a passive drop, so you get it every run.
Oh,
Right, like you get a
mat.
single
like that.
piece.
Yeah, you
along
get
with
like
the
1 to
mana.
5 pieces or something for each
Yeah,
run.
sure.
I'll go for that too.
I think that's reasonable.
That's pretty good, actually. Yeah, that's
I'm
not
not
too
going to
bad.
touch rune drops
I
rates.
think it's a strong improvement. I think it's still fair though.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay,
All
great.
right, we've decided to write them a letter.
Yeah,
to
we
get out.
came up with some good suggestions here. Yeah, but it looks like a lot of our suggestions. It seems like we're voicing a lot of things towards runes, rune management, runes, and whatnot. So I'd like to see some changes come to us with runes in the upcoming updates. Whenever they want to do more quality of life things, right? No matter big or small, something with runes would be nice because, of course, it brings the most value to all the players in the game, early, mid, and late game. So it's solid. All right, let's move on to topic number 3 here. Yeah, talk a little bit. RT season is ending soon, or we're speculating, right? A lot of us, I think we can say and agree that we're speculating end of the month. We don't know yet. They usually do like a 1 or 2 week announcement, right? How are you doing in RTA? And let's talk a little bit about RTA.
I've been trying to push. I've been trying to push pretty hard. I haven't been doing a whole lot of RTA recently. I'm bad about doing a lot of wings throughout the season. Like I think the most wings I've ever done a season is like the high 500s. I just don't have the mental fortitude for it, but I have been making a push as much as I can. I would not mind a few red stars.
Where are you at right now, Roman?
I am, I think 2240 something. Like I'm rank 418. Yeah, 22.
Oh, nice. Are you? So you can push for G3 then, right?
That's what I want to do. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I wonder what the
Yeah.
point gap is. I wonder what the point gap is from that.
I think
About
the
100
G3
now.
threshold. Yeah, I think it's like low 2300.
Okay, so there's a little catching up to do. Plus, it keeps going up right every day.
2310.
It's moving up pretty quickly.
Yeah. I've gained, I think, in the last like 4 days, I've gained like 150 or 170 points. I've been actually doing my wings for the first time in a minute, so
Nice.
I'm still only at 450 for the season, but not the worst.
Yeah, man. If you can get G3 with that amount of wings, that's pretty good. You know, especially for kind of waiting till the end.
I mean, my win rate's only like 60%, but it's not terrible.
That's enough, I think.
Yeah, that's enough if you keep doing the wings. I wouldn't mind. I just get so anxious. Like even winning, I get so anxious. Like I was on like a 15-game winning streak. I felt so anxious. I was so relieved when I lost one. I was like, "Oh, good," you know. And then it's ridiculous. Winning, losing. I'm anxious. I can only do a couple at a time. Like I have to actually go on stream to do wings in
Yeah.
order to do more than like 3, or else I can't bring myself to do it. I really can't.
Especially because it gets built into the algorithm, right? The more you win, the more it's going to probably pair you with like another person with a high win rate. So you're like, all right, what's the next scariest opponent that's going to throw at me to try and make me lose?
You mean what LD 5 do I have to fight against now?
Yeah. What else?
I'm just trying to get past the point where I don't get as many like under 1900s. As long as I'm not losing freaking 12 or 13 points or some shit, that's the most devastating thing.
I know. I can't remember who said it. I think it might have been Thompson. But to get rid of that anxieties, you kind of look at RTA as like a session, and
Yeah.
you kind of just look at it. You're going to climb a little bit. You might drop a little bit, but if you have a team and you're consistent, you should just go pull at least if you have the time for all 30 at least, then just kind of focus on just the 30 as a whole and not each individual win or loss and get down on yourself.
I try to fit them in like random little places. I have a few minutes here, a bathroom break there. Like
Yeah.
I rarely sit down and just do a bunch, but
Just play, man. Yeah, it's just a game. Why have to be so mad? You know, just relax, enjoy the game for what it is, bro.
Easier said than done.
yeah.
How you guys doing in RTA, Lucky and Thompson?
I'm just chilling this season, to be honest. I gave myself the stressful time last season to go for G3. Not doing that again for a while.
But you have a Leona,
Don't you have
sir.
Leona?
You have a Leona, sir.
Yeah, I do have a Leona, but do you know how hard she gets
By the way,
counted?
he took the biggest hit because he went into a tournament, right? Post Leona buff, and then after the tournament, right after the tournament, they buffed Leona.
No. Well, my tournament, so they announced the Leona buff just before the prelims. So on the Friday before my prelims, they announced the Leona buff, and I had the prelims on the Saturday, and I was like,
Oh,
great.
I didn't even realize the time.
I was like, good time.
Oh, man.
Man.
That's unfortunate, sir.
I was like, oh, well, Monday, buff came through, or whatever it was, and yeah, anyway.
Be honest. Do you think if you had Leona post buff, you would have won the tournament?
It would have helped a lot more, because the comps
It's a
that were
yes or
running
no?
against me, I don't know.
Hey,
Diligent's a
Yeah.
tough player to beat. I don't think I would have beaten him.
I think
he would probably
yes,
still kick
because
my butt,
nobody
but-
everybody doesn't know what it does yet. You know what I mean? Like
But no one would have known what
nobody-
Leona
Yeah.
did exactly, right?
Right, so you got an
probably would
edge.
have helped, but
You got an edge. You got a little edge there.
Does Diligent have a Leona?
no, not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, Diligent is like Danny Hathor, like Leona.
Yeah, exactly right. So his Ragdoll probably wouldn't have broken the shield on it. So I mean,
Yeah.
that would have helped.
What
Anyway.
is the biggest counters to Leona?
Lauren?
Lauren, Daphne, Sierra.
So everything that you can
Uh,
build 100
yeah.
resist for and potentially kind of screw them over with it, maybe. And maybe not Lauren. Lauren is hard to screw with even 100 resist.
Lauren's
but
really hard to.
yeah.
Bulwark.
Bolvik, yeah,
Yeah,
Bolvik's
yeah.
a good one.
Mhm.
Let me see.
So what we're saying
Usually
is, are you just trying to down?
East Gianna.
You're trying to downplay Leona right here, so there's no nerf to her, or?
No, Leona's
I mean,
fine
a lot of
as she is.
people are scared of Leona,
Yeah.
but I don't think she's that scary because I usually, when I face up against her, I would set her shield up for a Daphne nuke. Most of the time, it's pretty easy to set up. You can almost nuke it whenever you want to. But yeah, I don't think a lot of people have come across it yet, which is why they're scared of it. But because I use it quite often, I know how much easier it is to actually counter her. So
She's scary if there's multiple threats and she's not the only threat.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, you have to leave her there. It's scary when you just let her sit there, man, because she hurts, man. When she takes a turn,
She
oh my
hurts.
god, dude.
Yeah, she
It's
is.
also like nowadays a lot of monsters attack bar manipulate, and sometimes you just lap the Lauren. Lauren doesn't move at all the whole game, you know.
Especially, when you use the Lauren against the Leona, she barely will move.
Yeah.
If you just get that attack speed slow on her, she's not going to do anything that entire game.
Dude,
I'll leave it to the end and nothing's going to happen.
a violent proccing Lauren is like literally cancer, man. Like literally, like you just don't move. You just got Hathor. You just sit there and you don't move, man, for
Hathor.
20 years.
With armor break and slow.
Yeah, and no, but if it procs 2 turns every turn, when that moment happens, dude, you just cry. You just cry. Straight up cry, man. It's so toxic. Anything else with RTA going on? Is there any way we can kind of improve it? We could talk a little bit about RTA improvements, from what you guys have experienced this season.
As far as like, you know, I don't want to beat the dead horse again. Are you talking about like the way the ladder's set up, or like?
You can take any topic you like. Yeah, sure. You can talk a little bit about that from your experience, since you never voiced your opinion on that or any suggestions that you had.
Yeah, I mean, like as far as I feel like the way people have talked about the ladder change, there needs to be a happy medium, right? As with the point system, it feels like they went from an extreme, like maybe it was a little too extreme before, but the point win-loss differential is too small to the point where it feels like you'll never, for example, catch up, I guess, to the top RTA players, just because of the fact that if you're matching versus like G1s, like the probability of those people losing to like G1s or G2s is pretty low. So the fact that they can kind of get you can kind of climb, or the way the system's set up is if you play a lot and you have a good win rate, you'll make up for the loss that you may have to higher ranking, more tough competitors being compensated by, you know, matching up versus the easier people. So I think having a bigger point loss would help that out.
I just thought of something here. Let me throw this idea out here. It's not polished, but let me throw this idea out here. You know how there are win streaks, right? That you have. If you are in a win streak, I think there should be a quote unquote, I'm going to use the word bounty for it. If you're on a win streak, there should be a hidden thing where when you beat that person, you potentially will take a lot of points from them. And this will give you a chance to catch up to those players that are, you know, obviously winning a lot with high win rates when you beat them. Yeah, would that be interesting? Just kind of throw that out there. I don't know. right? Because that'll shake it up a little bit, right? In terms of catching up and actually, you know, gaining more points. Because sometimes you go against those G3 players, right? And of course, obviously, if they're winning a lot, it'd be nice to get a little bit more points.
Yeah, I
Just
think
think
so. I think that'd be.
Yeah.
I guess that wouldn't be too bad. I mean, they already sort of do that with the algorithm, I guess.
Mhm.
I think more the problem is the fact that you can. There should be a smaller. You know, if you're G3, maybe you should only be able to match with G2 minimum, for example, right? Maybe not even G1s.
Yeah,
Or
that'd be
if
fair.
you're C3, you shouldn't be able to match with maybe a rank or 1 or 2 higher. I don't know. I feel like
think a
part of
lot-
it goes back to matchmaking, but it's kind of been exhausted, the discussion about that. So
True.
I
We
just-
have talked
I
about that
think-
before. But you're right. You're definitely right.
I think a lot of the issue with that is like there's a lot of ways to make the matchmaking better if it was purely based on like skill or draft or room quality. There is just that possibility to lose off of one misstrip or one extra violent, like the Hathor violence out sleeps your entire team, and then it's just like, oh, you just happen to lose to the one guy that's going to take 14 points off you, and you gotta, you know, fight through more battles to get it reasonable. So if it was like okay, if you're playing like League and somebody's inting and you kill them, you only get, you know, a smaller amount of money. But if they're on a big kill streak and you kill them, you get a lot more money. Like that would make sense if it was like that. But then just the off chance, I feel like the RNG factor makes that so much harder.
yeah.
I don't have a good fix for it, but
No, I mean it shouldn't be that. I think that might be too drastic of a point loss, right? I guess is the issue. Maybe like 10. I don't know.
I think it just comes down to like what we were just saying about the matchmaking. If they match things cleaner, I think the point system would benefit from that, just by that. Because
Yeah.
being able to not match with a C3 and then them not feeling rewarded for beating you and you know, reaping rewards off of them for being such a low rank, it doesn't feel
Well, it's also scary.
good.
C3s are scary, right?
Right.
That's scary, yeah.
It is.
The fact that they could be under 1900.
Well, they're most
Yeah,
scary at the
yeah.
last week of whatchamacall. The last week of when you're trying to push, right? That last week before the season ends. Because C3s sometimes are not C3s, you know what I'm saying? They're like those surprise
Yeah.
Guardian players.
I think a lot of people have said that they'd be willing to wait longer at queue times because that's the argument for why is the matchmaking
Right.
the way it is, and it's queue times. But I think everybody has been like I'll wait, you know, put me in
Right.
an even match, I'll wait, you know. So
Yeah, and with your example with League of Legends, you never see like a challenger player and then it's like a diamond 1. No, it's like challenger players with like
Right.
grandmasters and masters. You know what I mean? And masters at the lowest, and they're already flaming them, right? I mean,
right, and
vice
challenger
versa.
players will sit in that queue forever too, and they don't
Right.
mind it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there might be something in terms of like data that ComTOS has on their end that they're kind of concerned that the wait time would be too long. But I don't think it will be that long. I don't think the wait time would be that long, and it actually will increase the amount of people that want to play, especially in the higher ranks, if this change comes in too. And I already think the wait time wouldn't be that long. So
I mean,
I think-
since they implemented that whole where you can click the start button and then you can go do something else in your account, where you
Exactly.
can change the screen of just waiting there, you could
Right.
go and upgrade a rune or something like that, or flick through your monsters, make sure everything's whatever you need to do. There's something else you could do rather than sit there and look at that screen
Yeah.
for the entire 30 seconds or whatever it may be.
yeah, that was a pretty stupid implementation if I don't say so myself. Yeah. Hey guys, while you wait in queue, you can go and check your runes. But every queue is like instant, so it's like
5 seconds.
like
yeah.
what? Like
Yeah.
what the heck? Oh god. All right. Thompson, you had anything to add in for RTA season or whatnot?
Nothing much. Yeah,
Nothing
I'm
much?
just chilling right now, waiting for the Asia Pacific to end.
Oh yeah,
Casual
is that
queue,
happening
yeah.
this weekend? This weekend, right?
Next weekend, I think.
Not this coming one. The
28th,
next
I
one.
think it is, isn't it?
Oh, 28th. Oh, okay. Sick. Yeah, I think after that is what a lot of people are waiting for. Yeah, to see who makes it through that. So
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and skip over to the last topic here, just due to time. Open discussion. You know, whatever you guys kind of want to talk about and whatnot, or whatever you want to bring up. Could be about buffs, nerfs, about whatever it is. Yeah, one thing I did want to bring up was we have a very special opportunity to get some insight from the Ophelia master himself, Invictus. I'd like you to share a little information about that, if you don't mind. Like, you know, if you guys know,
Yeah.
Invictus likes to use Ophelia, right? Which I think is something he drafts like often. He uses it. People know him to use that. Tell us about Ophelia. Why you like her and why she's good.
I wouldn't call myself a master. Maybe more like I'm still
Challenger.
learning.
Okay.
I'm still learning. Yeah, but no, I based a lot of it off of people have heard of like 30 Legacy. Like I talked to him quite a bit about how he So I have to give him props for, being one of the first people to use it. So, but anyway, so she kind of replaced Ganny in my comps because I was kind of feeling that I started using more of the turn cycling units, right? So Ganny doesn't really start to synergize as well with like a Verd, a Lauren, even Sierra as well, because he doesn't really do too much as far as like refreshing their cooldowns, right? He's still good for, I guess, his S3, but she kind of is replacing Ganny. So now I'm using basically units that kind of give turns, right? So besides Birdie and Lauren, things like an Azaria, a Lucia, even trying to think what else I use with her. 1 second, let me look at my box. But
Sierra.
those are the core units, right? Verd, Lauren, Sierra, Lucia, Azaria, Ager. Ager's another popular one. I use Ager a lot more than Monk Chiho, right? Because he gives himself attack bar, and he doesn't proc Josephine. Oh, Josephine too. I use Josephine a lot. But the idea is basically, these teams that have single target damage dealers, right? Or they have like 2 supports, 2 single target damage dealers, or in some like pseudo support damage dealer. You try and like ban one of the damage dealers. You focus in on one of the other damage dealers. As soon as you can kill that, the biggest threat's gone, and the supports do nothing anymore. Right?
I see.
So that's one way to handle it, especially like Ganny Hathor. If you can ban away one of the damage dealers again, and deal with, being able to kill one of the damage dealers along with that combo quickly, then the Ganny and Hathor themselves don't do too much, especially with Ophelia being able to, give herself immunity on S1. The Gannys are never going to be able to get a reset on her.
I see, because I see that when you play it, because I watch your stream and whatnot, it doesn't really get banned. People just leave it.
She doesn't get banned often, and people don't know how to deal with her either that much.
I think people are not really used to that mechanic or playing against that mechanic, so it can be kind of your wild card, I guess you can say, oftentimes.
Yeah, she's hard. I mean, she is very rune demanding, of course, right? Like I run mine like very, very high resistance, and also high. She's runed like a Hathor, right? But instead of
you don't need accuracy.
No, instead of accuracy, you give her resist, right?
I don't even think she needs resistance.
What?
I don't even think she needs resistance.
Well, if you got crazy rune quality, you might as well try to get a little bit of something.
I mean, she gives herself immunity, and she comes with a healer sometimes.
Well,
she comes with other units.
The reason you want the resistance, right, is because some person brings like an Ager, for example, or units that run in like the 30 to 40-ish accuracy range. When you're running that kind of low accuracy and you're trying to strip, for example, her threat state. At the moment, threat state can be stripped. That's probably one of the biggest counters to her, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Right. True.
If they waste like a compensate skill on her and the threat state's still there, they've just wasted a pretty big part of their.
I like that. Yes, spoken like a true Ophelia user.
That actually makes a lot of sense,
actually
right?
harder to ruin than Ophelia, than a Hathor, because Hathor needs 85. She needs 100.
Well, yeah, because she doesn't awaken into res, right?
Yeah.
Right, and then that's when you get all the people who rage quit because they're like, oh my god, I actually put like 40% accuracy on my Ager.
Okay, I never knew she needed resistance. I mean, like it's like she has self immunity.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah,
it's very. That's why it's a little hard to rune. I just found like I used to run her in like the 70 range, and I mean when you're running 70 resistance, it's not the same as 100.
Yeah,
but I've had a lot more success when it's 100.
That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, the only time I really saw Ophelia used was a failure in last year's SWC, right? Who was using it last year? It just didn't work.
Bao was using it this year, right? Is that who was Bao?
Yeah. Did somebody use it this year? I don't remember. I saw that match. But I know some people used it last year, and it kind of like sucked.
The Europe guy, the European guy.
Yeah, the European. Yeah, it was using the Europe group stages.
Boss? Is it Boss?
Yeah,
Boss. Yeah, Boss.
Boss.
Oh, Boss. Sorry.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I wouldn't quote me.
Huh?
Yeah. She is good with Hathor too. Just because one of the biggest threats, is when I'm facing a Hathor team, I'm not running a lot of immunity, right? So I have to be constantly aware of, okay, if I'm fighting a Hathor and I'm letting it through, I have to be able to lock it down or kill one of the biggest threats that's going with the Hathor to the point, like very quickly to the point where the Hathor being there doesn't matter anymore. But because Hathor gives another strip, right? You want to pair Ophelia with like at least 2 strippers,
Cool.
I see.
and having the Hathor means the other person doesn't have it.
Yeah. Well, why don't you
They
just
must
pick? Why don't you just pick Hathor then?
People like
Oh,
see
sorry.
green views.
He's new. He's fresh
Went
meat.
there.
Gotta roast him when I can. You know, fresh meat, baby. Welcome to the podcast, Invictus.
I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
Just
You'd probably have like
Brian how to
$2,
ruin your
but
mow long.
Yeah.
all right, thanks.
Just ask Brian how to ruin a mow long. That's how you
Yeah.
get it back, right?
What do you say?
So just ask Brian how to ruin a mow long.
You don't know. You don't know how
Yeah.
often in RTA that thing gets flashed, dude. Yeah.
No, I saw when Burrs was doing your wings the other
Yeah.
day, right? I think it was Burrs.
They flash it, dude.
Yeah,
And
first
people
pick
who
lots.
never pick it. They're like, you know what? I don't mind one wing. I don't care about some points, win or lose, right? I'ma just go 2018 meta and just pick Molong. Yeah? Because I know if we can skill 2 stun, yeah, we're going to like freaking like tilt the hell out of him. Yeah, goddamn.
There
dude.
is like a Manananan HOH because whoever plays me just flashes Manananan. I'm like, oh, touche, my brother.
Oh, really? I honestly I want to bring Verz into future podcasts. Hopefully he gets time for it because I've learned a lot from watching him play. Yeah, a lot. I've learned a lot of great things from watching him play as well. So yeah, it's nice to have some of you high level RTA players joining in. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that's nice about Ophelia, though, for me too, I'll say one more thing, is just the
Go ahead.
fact that it enabled me to use a lot more of these free-to-play options, right? A lot of the free-to-play options at the moment are turn cycling units, like Ager, Lauren, Verde. I mean, those are pretty staples in a lot of comps, but the fact that they've synergized so well with her, I've never really had a unit before in my box that I could kind of form a team around, besides like Oki, but I really don't like the inconsistency of Oki.
He's very inconsistent, dude. Like 100 accuracy, and he's just so inconsistent. It's like
If we're talking
game-changing
about balance
moments.
patch, can we make like I feel like a way to fix the Sea Emperors, but Manananan and Oki, make that thing irresistible, or at least one part of it, like
They can't
one
because
res-
it's an
one
S2
accuracy
compared to
check.
Sekhmet. They can't unless they do something to Sekhmet first. They're skill
helping
2.
you out, Thompson.
You're saying he's not fine the way he is?
Then why didn't you pick him in the World Championship, sir?
I flashed him, okay?
Yeah, so
That's
he was.
the
There's a
most
difference on
action
picking and
he's
flashing.
gonna get.
He was considering it.
He's just reminding Comptos about the next unit they're buffing because they buff all of Thompson's bad ones.
Right, but hey, if they do decide to fix
Roman, whenever he gets a chance.
Hey, wait. Speaking of buff monsters, can Thompson take off his shirt?
But anyways, back to
You get a lot of podcast views like that.
I think we would actually. I'd probably get more views on YouTube because this is one of the lowest viewed videos on YouTube, by the way. Yeah, because only a handful of people enjoy it, so I need more content. So yeah, if you take off your shirt, let me know. I'd like to get a nice thumbnail picture for that.
I see you just didn't back it up. He started to pull it up, right? Right.
When he wins, okay? When he wins SWC.
Nah.
Yeah, can you Hulkamania when you win? Can you just?
Nah, if you win SWC, there we go. There, taking bets here. Take a thing, yeah.
He's gonna he's gonna perforate his jersey right before the match or rip season.
Perforated.
But yeah, going back to the topic on Oki, if they do change Oki skill 2, they need to change Sekhmet skill 3. So, that might be a good thing, right? If they edge Oki over, then that means they have to edge Sekhmet over too. Because you can't have a skill 3 being more underwhelming than a skill 2, right?
I like how inconsistent Sekhmet's skill 3 is now.
What?
Because the damage multipliers are really high, and sometimes you get it back again, and it feels good. It does a lot of damage.
She's a damage dealer.
Yes, no, really. Like if your armor broken and you third move and you violent proc, you third move, a unit's dead. It's so fun.
Hey,
Really?
damage,
Just mess around with it. I'm telling
damage
you.
Sekhmet.
Does that have a good multiplier?
Yes. Lowest minimum accuracy is like 25. 30 accuracy Sekhmet is enough. I'm telling you, it's so good. I did it on stream before.
Wait, that's actually meta.
You
Heavy
run every
damage.
Sekhmet?
Heavy damage. You can
On
counter
Violent
Tyrannies.
Will.
You can
Yes.
counter Vanessa. You can
Really fun.
Yeah, you can. You can't really counter Vanessa. You can reset her, but you can counter
You know-
Tyrannies and
you know who it
Perna in one
counters,
shot.
right? You know who it counters, right? The most?
Who?
Ophelia.
It's true. I
Hey
guess.
now,
Counters Ophelia.
maybe not with my 100 resistance. We'll see. Try getting through 100 resistance with 30.
No. It will steal the buff, but it won't put on cooldown.
You can't steal
Is it-
threat
it'll
state.
steal
Right?
the
Ooh,
buff.
Can you steal threat
Is
state?
it double accuracy resistance check?
I think so. I don't know.
I think it's a double check, isn't it?
But sometimes you just steal the buff, but the cooldown's not reset, and you get the skill back again. So that's worse for you, right?
Yeah, that is worse.
Yeah. Told you, man. Everything counters it sometimes. Chilling, Elsharion.
Oh,
Oh,
hair
I
color.
mean, like Ophelia is definitely. I mean, I don't want to make it seem like she's not like. She could use more tuning, balancing. I don't feel like she's complete yet.
I think
but,
a tweak to the
yeah.
threat state would be nice. A
You,
tweak
you know
to
what
it.
she needs? She needs like a little heal. Like a little heal, like Jean. Like a little heal.
Yeah, on the thing
I think
is
that would
that
be
her
good.
S1 right is already like I don't know. I think you'd have to fix like the S2 right or the S3 to give the heal.
Yeah, I don't
Like-
know, because like whenever I use her, she always needs a little heal, but there's no heal coming out.
She
There's
does.
just
She
heal.
does.
Mm.
That's why.
What
I
about
rely-
a heal
yeah,
recovery like
the
Ariel's?
effective HP stats is very important because
Yes.
a lot of times I'm not taking a heal.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, or like an extra turn instead of a heal. You know, like John.
Yeah, extra turn. Yeah, good one. Nah, good try. Good try. Extra
Isn't that
turn.
isn't that infinite threat state then? Almost.
No, I mean like increase the cooldown by 1 on the
Oh,
skill
okay.
3.
Balance it
If
out.
she can
Yeah.
at least put it up
He
and then
failed
give her
to mention
something
that
to do.
earlier, but
Yeah,
now
I know, right? Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
one of two things
don't
would be
forget
nice.
it is a segment does counter her, so she does deserve a buff.
Like I think one of two things would be nice. Like threat state being unstrippable, right? Would be kind of cool.
That's good too. 'Cause
Or-
I could totally ditch resistance and then give her some other stats.
Right. You can it's just irresistible. They have to hit you 3 times, which I think is okay. Or because the purpose of that unit of Ophelia is to protect, right? She's like a protector. She's a paladin, right? So threat state into HP recovery, like the overtime. What is it called? What is the word? Continuous healing. What was it called? I think that's what it's called.
Healing over
Yeah,
time.
healing overtime, whatever it's called. Yeah, on all your allies to let them kind of heal up a little bit while you have that threat state on you. It would make sense, right? That would be
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, and then
I think-
Yeah, shield and that would be good.
I'm
I think
just
it's the
saying,
Thomas, too.
to make Ophelia work, you need a handful of 270 through 280 violent sets.
Yeah.
Just saying, you guys.
He just said yeah.
So-
Now you know his speeds. We got him, chat. We got him, chat. Peg Invictus, 270 plus.
If you want to do it, go for it. But yeah, there are a lot of counters for a very slow Ophelia. A lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, because she does. wanna
Everything's
move in
single
front of-
target strips nowadays.
True.
And you do want her to move in front of like a Daphnis too, for the most part. If you can get her to be faster than Daphnis.
Yes.
Daphnis are usually around 2. A G through
90,
Daphnis can be at least
280 to
260,
280 to 300, right? Yeah.
Wow, that's an interesting mechanic though. If the threat state is unstrippable and then Daphnis goes on it, it would
Yeah.
still put defense break. It could still kill. Or if it only has threat state, then Daphnis wouldn't put defense break at all. That's interesting. I think irresistible threat state would be okay, right? Because you violent proc, you take turns. I mean, you can easily get out of that threat state. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. And then after that, they make a new unit. Yeah, that can buff threat state. Oh, combo baby. Yeah, like 8-turn threat state or something.
We talked about this last podcast, like
Did
a
we?
threat state rune.
Yeah, but that would
Maybe
bring
like
less
one-turn threat
value.
state.
That would bring less value to this unit though. That's a nerf to
Yeah.
Ophelia, right? But that would be cool.
Yeah, don't nerf my Ophelia.
It's not your Ophelia, okay? Oh my god.
It's everybody's.
Just like how Lakers is not my team. I always say my team.
It is your team though. It's the team you like. Right? Anyways, I hope to see, because I know a lot of these top players, they got Ophelia in their box, right? So hopefully, they see it more viable, they might start using it. I don't know if you like that, but it'd be very interesting to see, changes, right? Changes in, people using different units in RTA.
I'm all for seeing more variability, right? And the main unit people form a team around, as opposed to just Hathor.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, you don't have Hathor? Damn. Well, imagine if you didn't have a Josephine. God damn, the struggles you have in RTA.
I mean, it'd be impossible.
Actually,
almost.
yeah, just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen your box.
Josephine is so hard to rune up.
She is very hard to read. Like, I give her one of my top sets, so.
Oh yeah, I've seen Invictus's Josephine, man. That thing is sexy. Yeah, and I'm not just talking about the transmog. Yeah, that thing is sexy.
Yeah, Transmog's good too.
Yeah.
I like the backhanded slap that she does.
Yes, I talked about that before. It's so nice. It's very classy.
Yeah.
All right, any last minute things you want to bring up before we end off the podcast here? Any lingering thoughts that you just had to say that you couldn't earlier? Awesome.
I'm glad
Oh,
to
go ahead.
see Andrew here. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
thanks.
see him stream a lot more.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about you?
awesome.
I get. Well, you're not gonna stream because of the tournament. Okay, yeah, never mind.
I stream. Wow. Whoa.
Oh, Thompson's had some streams.
But you just said
Yeah,
you don't really
He's
stream
actually
because of
been
the tournament.
consistent.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Thompson's actually had a consistent schedule going on.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How many times? How many times in the
He's been
last?
live
How many
three-
times?
I think it's been 3 times a week almost.
How many? 3 times a week, my butthole, bro. I don't even leave the Twitch directory, bro. I sleep like 3 hours a night, bro. Tell me when you on, bro. What you streaming? Because you ain't streaming no Summoners War. You streaming no some kind of Just Chat or something. Yeah, no way, bro. Yeah,
Not
I
to
see everybody
advertise
who's on.
myself, I think I will be on the Comto stream this Friday, and between that I will stream.
Oh really?
That's
You're gonna? Oh, you're gonna be at the contest stream. Oh, sick. I look forward to checking that out. Yeah, we'll go over there and read them when they're live.
I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. You did say that you were not trying to stream because you didn't want to show your units, but hopefully this RTA season ends and then maybe Special League comes out and you might tweak a couple units for fun and then maybe you can stream again a little bit. You know what I mean? Like Special League.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Especially, I don't know about you guys. It's really hard for me to not show my unit. Like someone's like, "Oh, can I see your build?" Like I love watching people stream to show them my build, But it's really hard. And
Wait, say that again? Say that one more time. Say that one more
My
time.
build.
Do not show his rune builds.
You don't like to show your runes, or you do like to show your runes?
I don't want to show my runes right now.
Ah, yeah.
And also my train of thought on why to ruin the units the way they are.
Dobson doesn't show units. I
do.
beg
I
to
do.
differ. Yeah,
He
this
showed
is
his anger.
and this is what I see all the
I
time,
showed my
man.
anger.
This is what I
did.
see.
Oh
No,
my God,
There
I'm
you
so
go.
embarrassed.
I see this
did.
all the time. Yeah, Thompson. Oh no, I'm not gonna show you. 5 subs. 5 subs. 5 subs.
That only
5
happens
subs.
once.
10 subs. 10 subs. Oh my God, 20 subs. All right, fine. I'll show you guys. Yeah. All right. What do you guys want to see now?
Is that
What
what
does that see now?
cheap poor.
Was that
I just
Jean?
need 1 sub.
I don't use Jean that much. I don't use Jean that much. 3
3
subs. 3 subs. Jean 3 subs.
Thompson,
3 subs.
does that work though? Is that a new strat?
No, it's not. It's
I'm kidding.
Invictus is like, I've been doing this for free.
Yeah, I think it worked.
I've been doing this for free. I'm just trolling you, man. I'm just trolling you.
Thank
bro.
you.
People that sub to you because of that, we're already gonna sub to you. They want to support you, man.
Yes.
As a streamer,
Yes.
they're just doing it because it's a very opportune and troll moment. Yeah. So that's very funny. It's very, very funny. So basically, anybody that's watching that's going to be competing for SWC for the $100,000 tournament.
Oh, don't go there.
It's only going to cost you about $25 per unit you want to see. Yeah, on Thompson's
God.
stream. So feel free to stop by his stream under a different Twitch alias, and check out all his runes and units.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you, Brian. You're the best.
Always messing with you, man. All right, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me on the podcast today. If you guys are watching for the YouTube channel, like I always say, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, leave a comment below because all the comments that you guys put, I always look at the most current podcast for the future one. Yeah, big shout out to Invictus. Thanks for joining us today, having a new face on the
Brian,
podcast.
thanks so much. It's a great opportunity.
Appreciate you being here, man. I'm gonna put the link to all their Twitch streams below. Yeah, all of them do stream quite a bit. I mean, Roman might stream a little bit more to try to get some wings done. So yeah, hopefully you guys join them on stream and ask them a lot of questions. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Yeah, it was an amazing podcast today.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.